The Twin Souls. Once upon a time, in the island kingdom of Caladan, King Shar, the peaceful ruler, longed for a child. Just when he and his wife had almost lost hope, their wish was granted.
Look at him, Shar.
He's perfect, my love.
He has your eyes, you know.
And your stubborn chin.
He's a blend of both of us.
What shall we call him?
How about Kamar?
Kamar. It's strong yet gentle, just like our son will be. Kamar. It's growing on me.
It's been a long wait, Shar. A child to carry on our legacy.
You've given me the greatest joy I could ever ask for. Prince Kamar grew up with the best of everything, including the best of teachers. Kamar could have easily been a spoiled brat, but he grew up to be strong and clever. He was still a teenager when his aging father said, "Kamar, you've grown into such a fine young man, strong, intellectual, kind." "Father, I owe it all to you." "There's a reason I pushed you so hard, Kamar. You see, my son, it's time for you to ascend the throne." "The throne, Your Majesty? But Prince Kamar is still so young." "Young? Nonsense. I was king at his age, and look how I turned out." "Well, maybe not perfect, but—" "Your Majesty, ruling a kingdom is complicated." "I know, Eldwin, but I feel my time is nearing its end. I wouldn't want the kingdom to be without a leader." "Let Prince Kamar marry first, and we could see how he runs a family before we burden him with the kingdom." Very well. I shall begin searching for a suitable match for Kamar." The prince was not pleased. "Father, forgive me. I've always done what you've asked of me, but I'm way too young to marry." "It will take some time, Kamar, till we find you a suitable bride. You will be older, but not wiser. Beyond the books I've read and the four walls of this palace, there's a lot about this world I don't know. Give the prince some real-world experiences, Your Majesty." "I know just the thing." From then on, Kamar was part of the king's council. They advised the king on the matters of politics, trade, etc. This was not what the prince wanted. "I say we increase the tax on imported spices. It will bolster our coffers." "Perhaps, Father, Your Majesty, we could—" "Kamar, let them finish." "Father, this is unbearable. All they do is bicker and complain. I learned nothing." "Son, patience. This is important. This isn't the real-world experience I asked for." Despite this, King Shar introduced his son to several princesses from neighboring kingdoms over the next year. Kamar was polite but completely uninterested in any of them. A year later, the king repeated his wish for Kamar to marry in front of the council. Kamar repeated his refusal. "Kamar, you leave me no choice. For your disobedience, you will be confined to the Tower of Reflection for a year." "And is that supposed to change my mind?" To Kamar, who often felt like a prisoner anyway, this wasn't new. Yes, it was cold and cramped, but he had plenty of books to keep him company. Kamar was confined to the rumored haunted tower. But a playful Jinn named Zahra thought the tower was her haven. One night,
What a beautiful boy. I wonder what he did to be locked away like this.
the sleeping prince ignited Zahra's curiosity. Whispers of the young unmarried prince and the king's punishment drifted up to her. Zahra soon bumped into another genie called Kazam. while Zahra was friendly. Kazam liked to play tricks on humans.
What are you up to, Kazam?
Nothing at all, mighty Zahra. Just returned from Lyria, one of the largest, most powerful kingdoms in the world.
Not as large and powerful as Caladan.
Zahara and Kazam were always competitive. I have been watching over the most beautiful princess I have ever seen.
What a coincidence! For I have been watching over the most beautiful prince I have ever seen.
Your prince cannot be very rich if that is where he lives. My princess lives in a palace with 7 layers, each representing different colors of the rainbow.
My prince is imprisoned by his father and suffers in silence. Those who endure hardship are more interesting than the spoiled and happy.
Happy? My princess is not happy. My princess's beauty is in her eyes. I can't even see your prince's eyes. How can I judge while he's asleep?
How do I know you're telling the truth? Let's bring your princess here.
Then, Kazam used his magic to bring the sleeping princess beside the prince.
Her eyes are closed too, and she is drooling.
At least she's not snoring. Unable to decide, they summoned a 3rd genie.
Cash, which is more beautiful?
Why not wake them one at a time to see their reaction?
Excellent idea.
Did my father send you?
Where am I?
Who are you?
Who are you?
We're locked in together. Stop, you're hurting yourself. The guards can't hear you, but you're safe. Please, sit.
Last night, I slept in my own bed. How am I here?
I don't know, but my father must be behind this. He's desperate for me to marry.
Mine too. He locked me up when I refused.
Let me see your hand. Take off your ring in case your fingers swell. Beautiful. The ring, I mean.
It was my mother's.
This was my father's. He never used to be.
You have a lot of books. Do you like to read?
Yes, books are how I see the world.
Do they not feed you?
I threw my food out the window yesterday in protest. Here, have these.
I love olives too.
My father should have introduced you to me sooner.
Why?
Because I never would have said no.
Who do you think was more impressed?
Your prince found my princess beautiful.
And your princess found my prince interesting.
So, it's a tie?
Let's just agree to disagree.
Where is she? Where's the princess?
Who? Princess? Your Highness?
You've had no visitors. She was here all night.
But...
I'm ready to marry her. I assure you she was here. Kamar, what is this garbage about a princess? It's not garbage. I've agreed to marry her. Isn't that what you want? Okay, what is her name? I don't know. I didn't ask, but she has a palace and was locked up for refusing to marry. What does she look like? Beautiful, with black hair. She loves to read. You're describing yourself. It was a dream, son. Is this a dream too? This is hers. The king had never seen that ring before. Together we must find her. Kamar and the king searched the island and beyond, unaware she lived in a distant land. Over time, Kamar lost hope and became sad. Back in Lyria, the princess whose name was Bedora faced a lot of skepticism too. Her father thought she was delusional. He asked, "Darling, which prince?" She cried of a prince, but nobody believed her. The king summoned healers, but they failed to cure her supposed madness. He threatened them to try harder, so they stopped coming altogether. Bedora's only confidant was Zafir, her childhood friend.
My prince is real, Zafir. He is funny. He is kind.
I believe you. Can you describe where you were? She recalled a room full of books, a decrepit old tower. Zafir promised to search for him on his travels. Zafir kept his word and searched tirelessly for Bedora's mystery prince. Months later, he chanced upon an island kingdom called Caladan. At a local chemist, he overheard stories about a certain Prince Kamar, rumored to be lovesick. Perhaps I can help. What are you looking for? I doubt what I seek even exists. Is this about the heartbroken prince? Perhaps someone his own age should talk to him. Who gave this ring to you? What is her name? Her name is Bedora. It's uncanny how you both look so alike. Bedora! You have to take me to Bedora this instant. Zafir led the path, and Kamar followed. They rode horses for days. They reached Lyria.
I am sorry. My mistress is bedridden and won't see anyone.
Will you give this letter to her from me?
My ring! People said you were a dream, and I began to believe them.
If you are dreaming, then so am I, and I never want to wake up. And they lived happily ever after.